He crossed the line in second place. 20 minutes later, he wasn't even in the top 25. That's not a typo. That's what NASCAR did to Bubba Wallace on Sunday night, and the fallout inside his own family tells you everything about how brutal this sport can be. Here's the breakdown. Bubba Wallace fought back from an early spin at EchoPark Speedway and put himself in position for one of the best finishes of his career after an overtime restart. He crossed the line running second, right behind Ryan Blaney. NASCAR's post-race review changed everything. Officials ruled Wallace improved his position below the double yellow line on that final lap, a move that's a hard no in the rulebook, no matter the circumstances. Penalty dropped him from second to 29th, 27 spots gone in an instant, and with those spots went a serious chunk of championship points. To understand why this stings so much, you have to understand what the double yellow line rule actually protects. That rule exists purely for safety. Drivers are told, in no uncertain terms, that they cannot dip below the yellow line at the bottom of the track to advance their position. It doesn't matter how it happens, intentional or not. The penalty is automatic once NASCAR's review team sees an advancement. For Wallace, this wasn't some throwaway mid-pack race. This was a signature run, a spin early, a fight back through the field, a green-white checkered restart where he put himself right in the mix for a runner-up finish. The kind of drive that changes momentum for a team heading into the heart of the season. Instead, it became a cautionary tale, and the emotional toll wasn't limited to Wallace. His wife, Amanda Wallace, had spent the whole night on social media hyping her husband's run, praising the drive he was putting together. When the penalty came down, her tone flipped fast. She admitted the whole thing was exhausting to watch and said she couldn't imagine being in her husband's shoes in that moment. That's not manufactured drama. That's a family living the ups and downs of a 200-mile-per-hour sport in real time, on camera, for the whole internet to see. Now let's get into what actually matters here, because this situation is more layered than a simple "he broke the rule" headline. Wallace's own explanation is worth examining closely. He maintains that he never gained position from the move, that he stayed in third the entire time he was below the line, riding the brakes specifically to avoid capitalizing on it. In his mind, the penalty punishes intent that wasn't there because the result on track never matched what the rule is designed to prevent. Here's the problem for Wallace. NASCAR's rule isn't built around intent. It's built around outcome. The review team isn't asking, did you mean to gain spots? They're asking, did your position change while your car was below that line, in that window? If the answer is yes, the penalty comes regardless of what the driver believed was happening inside the cockpit. That's what makes this call so dangerous for drivers across the board, not just Wallace. Overtime restarts are chaos. Cars are inches apart at nearly 200 miles an hour and a half second of self-preservation. Backing off, protecting the car, avoiding a wreck, can look identical to a manufactured lane change once you slow the tape down and review. Strategically, this is a gut punch for Wallace's playoff math. Losing 27 positions doesn't just cost points from that one race, it resets the tone for how his team has to approach the next few weeks. Instead of building on a statement finish, they're now playing defense, trying to make up ground they never should have lost in the first place. And then there's the Ty Gibbs situation, which adds fuel to an already tense night. Wallace's account paints a picture of a Toyota teammate who had room to give and didn't, leading to contact that Wallace felt forced his hand in the final laps. Gibbs, for his part, framed it as an attempt to help push his teammate toward the win, not sabotage him. Whether or not you buy either version, one thing is clear. This wasn't just Wallace against NASCAR's rulebook. It was Wallace fighting for position against his own manufacturer's driver in the closing laps, which almost certainly played a role in the sequence that triggered the penalty review in the first place. Is Wallace's frustration justified? Absolutely, from a competitive standpoint, but is NASCAR wrong to enforce the letter of the rule regardless of intent? Also note, because the moment you start making exceptions based on what a driver claims he meant to do, the rule stops meaning anything. You can already feel the split forming. One side of the fan base is furious, arguing that a 27-spot drop for a move that didn't actually change the finishing order in real time is an overcorrection, punishment that doesn't match the crime. The other side is going to point to the rule book and say simple, the line is the line. No sympathy, no exceptions, no matter who you are or how good the story was building up to that moment. And then there's the emotional angle nobody can ignore. Amanda Wallace's reaction, humanizing a moment that, for most fans, is just a number on a leaderboard. For her, It was watching her husband's night collapse in real time with zero ability to do anything about it. So where does this go from here? Two scenarios. Best case, Wallace channels his frustration the right way. He comes out the next few weeks with the same aggression that got him to second place in the first place, minus the risk near that yellow line, and turns this into a rallying moment for his team heading toward the postseason push. Worst case, the tension with Ty Gibbs doesn't stay on pit road. It follows both drivers onto the track in the coming weeks, turning what should be a manufacturer alliance into an actual rivalry. And that kind of distraction is exactly what derails a championship run before it even gets started. So here's the real question. Did NASCAR get this one right, or did they just punish a driver for simply trying to survive a chaotic restart? Drop your take in the comments. Second place finish or 29th. Where do you land on this one? And if you want breakdowns like this every single time the sport gets controversial, make sure you're subscribed, because this is not the last penalty call we're going to be talking about this season.